Hi everyone, I'm James White. I'm the founder of InTouchCRM. Today I'm talking about some of the major problems that so many businesses that I speak to and pain points they have with regard to prospect conversion and lead management. So in no particular order, let's talk through some of these particular pain points and see how we can show you what you can do about them and what are the ways in which you can conquer those issues and make sure you move your business to where you want it to be. The first thing I get a lot of people saying to me all the time is, my leads are all over the place. Some of them are in systems here, some of them are on bits of paper here. And the first thing I'm going to tell you to do that you need to do is have one place to store that. Be disciplined enough to store that information, even if you write it down on paper initially, and store it within InTouch, within the leads and sales pipeline of the system. And that can make sure that when you're reviewing your business and your numbers for the month, you can look and see all of those potential opportunities there and know what you've got to do to follow up on them. One of the other problems I hear so much from lots of small businesses that I speak to is that they actually just don't know where their prospects are in the whole sales process. So the first question I'm going to say to you is, do you have a sales process? If you don't, you need one. You've got to think about sales very much in the same way as you do a journey on a train, or maybe even look at it from a baseball perspective. How many times when the baseball batter is trying to hit the ball, will he hit the ball out of the park straight away? He doesn't do it often. Most of the time he hits it into the field and then goes to base 1, to base 2, to base 3, through to base 4. Your prospects work in exactly that same way. They're going to go at different stages before they become a customer. The key thing is to have stages in your pipeline and stages in your sales process. InTouch enables you to do that. We have an area where you can store up to 5 different stages in your pipeline. If you haven't got it in place, put it in place. It's a key way in order to convert sales and to win business on a regular basis. So one of the third points that people talk to me about is that they don't have enough time to follow up on their leads. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that if you're a business person and you don't follow up on your leads and don't have time to do that, then be prepared in time for you to not be in business. The reality is sales is the lifeblood of every business, and you have to follow up on leads that come through to you. You do not want to be missing out on those opportunities. But I have a solution where I can make that slightly easier for you. Within InTouch, within our automated marketing and sales activity, you can actually send emails to those prospects when they've actually engaged with you to make sure you keep them warm. Maybe you might send them a link to a brochure. You might send them a link to a price list. You might send them a link to a customer testimonial. The system within InTouch can help you automate a series of emails and activities, and that can also include tasks to remind you to follow up, but you can actually be in a position where you can communicate and engage with those prospects, and that will actually enable you to carry on growing your business and doing other things whilst your leads are being engaged with. So another really challenging issue for many small businesses that we talk to is actually knowing who's doing the follow-up process. I've seen it so many times where a lead comes in off a website over a weekend, someone's been away on holiday, and the email that gets sent to that person then goes into an email inbox that's full of lots of other things, and suddenly that lead, that opportunity doesn't get looked at until some point in the future. The key thing to do in that case there is ensure you have a really clearly defined process as to who the first point of contact is going to be for lead management within your business, but also be in a position where you can automate some responses initially to that prospect to say, thanks very much for your inquiry, one of our team will come back to you, and then create a task for that person, that nominated person, to make sure that they then follow up on that opportunity. And you as the business owner, at the end of each day or at the end of each week, can review to see what tasks have been completed and whether those tasks have been done. And if not, you can then take action with that person in your company. One of the other big challenges, number 5, that I see a lot of businesses having is actually the different types of conversations that happen with a potential lead. And do you know what? I've seen it happen in my own business here at InTouch. We've got some great people. Some people are too enthusiastic sometimes to actually engage with a customer. And I've even been in the embarrassing position myself where I've phoned a prospect to speak to them about an opportunity and they've already had a conversation with one of my team. And the best way to prevent that embarrassment from happening is to record every conversation that you have with a prospect. Summarize it within a contact history note to say, spoke to the guy today, he's keen, we'll follow up with him again in a week's time. Record that information so if that prospect rings in, your colleagues can search on their name, see the record, and then relate to them based upon that. And it makes a big difference. You've got to get into the discipline of doing that regularly. If you do, you look professional in the way in which you engage. So hopefully those first 5 pain points that most small businesses have around lead and prospect management. We've talked around how you can solve them. I look forward to sharing the next 5 with you within the next video and making sure that we're doing everything we can to help you convert more prospects into customers.